Hello, my friends. We're here for another hip mobility. Watch the first video to get a good sense of what we're working on, starting with our 90-90 in an active manner. So taking legs out and in, out and in. I'm not really jamming my hips. We're going to get into this position now. So 90 degrees, pelvis forwards. You're leaning forwards, lifting your back leg up. Lean forwards, lift your back leg up. Again, we're activating our hip internal and external rotators in a more of an active way. Shifting over to the other side, same thing. Pelvis forwards, knee down, leaning in towards the hip, and then lifting the back leg forwards and lift your back leg. I usually do it for a few repetitions, increasing the mobility in my hips before we move on into our last position of our hips, where we're lifting our bum off the floor, activating our hips even more. And so we want to keep our pelvis nice and straight as we do this movement. And then moving into a lunge position. Now here, we're taking our knee over our toes, really feeling that movement in through the ankle and the knee and the hip. Now I want to add a bit of a weight into the hamstring. So shine your bum back, pelvis down in line with your leg. You may need to bend your knee a little bit. And then I move my way over to the lunge, knee over toe, and alternate into a hamstring stretch. Don't curl in, just keep that knee either lifted if you feel a bit of a pull or you find that your pelvis is rounding. And then we're going to switch sides on to our right side. So again, make sure that your pelvis is forwards, your knee is over your toes so we can activate our ankles. And for our hamstring, same thing, shine your bum back. You'll feel more of a pull at the back end of the hamstring closer to your bum. And same thing, if you feel like you cannot keep your knees straight, that's okay. I care about your pelvis and where your pelvis is moving to get a good stretch and improve the mobility in the hip region. Going into a side lunge, I'm alternating from one side to the other, opening up my hips. And I want to keep my body nice and low, closer to my feet. Now, your toes may be turned a little bit more out. They may be a little bit more facing forwards. It depends on your hip positioning. Moving into our quads. Now, place your foot on if you're on a sofa, that would be good, or a bench. Now, here I tuck my pelvis in under. I'm squeezing my glutes and then I move my torso to create more of a quad activation. So kind of moving back and forth. I'm doing a bit of a combination of keeping my torso forwards and then also bending through my torso. So same thing, bring your pelvis down, pelvis is forwards, and you're moving back and forth. And then I move just my upper body again to activate the hip flexors a little bit more with this quad stretch. So you can play around with the angling of where your knee is. If your knee is uncomfortable, then I would place more padding at the bottom, allowing it to feel more comfortable. Now going into a deep squat position. So I want to more open. And then we're going to bring our knees in and out to really hone in on the depth of our deep hip rotators. Now, going into a kneeling position, we want to open up our quads even more and really get a good range through the knees and bringing our heels back towards our bum. I alternate tapping the ground with my knees, again, to create more of an opening. If you've never done this before, it may feel uncomfortable. So give this a try and see how it goes. Thank you for watching.